Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artery.com. I have never used Altenew before. I've never bought any of their products, but I saw a beautiful set which I couldn't resist because you can do all kinds with it. It's all matching. I'll just get out to show you. Not this was purchased separately. This is one of the, you get an embossing folder with it. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. I will be showing you later on a couple of cards I've made using this set. So here's what you get. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up on the screen now and you can check it out for yourself. So this is the embossing powder that you get with it. Gorgeous. You get stencils, zero waste flowery pattern stencils. You get a die set. And you get a stamp set. I'm just going to show you a couple of things you can do, but you can mix and match them and get all kinds of different looks. So what I'm going to do first, I'll put these away for now. When you open the stamp set, you get, sorry, I'll just move these out of the way. I am going to be using my colour cubes a bit later to help me with the design, but you get this is what you get with a stamp set. Now this is the colours that I used for my first card, which I will show you later. Similar colours, I didn't have the exact same ones, but that doesn't matter, does it? There's something else you can do with it. It gives you examples of what you can do with this set. And also, if you don't want to use the stamp set, you can just use the stencils and get a similar look. I might show that at some point. But I like this because it just gives you a bit of an idea as to what you can do. So I'll hold on to this. I've cut some pieces of paper ready. So what I want to do, because I used the colours that were suggested on the stamp set, I thought what I would do this time is use my colour cubes. I'm no good at colour picking. You might have noticed if you watched other videos. But what I did do, because I don't like to just have a look through and end up picking something that I would be comfortable with, I went onto my website because I have a number generator on there and I generated a number. So 414. The colour cubes come in 2 boxes. Obviously you can just buy one if you want, but I wanted both of them because they're so brilliant. This is the second. There's 1 to 250 in there and 251 to 500 in here. So this is the one I need for the 414. So I'm just going to hunt it out and see what it is, because these do have numbers on the top so you can see them. And there we go, 414. Right, they're really pretty colours, and it has a green as well. Do you know, every time I do this I end up with the same colours that I was going to use originally. But never mind, I said I would use a colour cube, so that's what I'm going to do. So these are the colours that it's suggesting. And if you turn over onto the back, it tells you the names of the colours. That's eggplant. That's a really, really dark purple by the looks of it. Mulberry, blush, raspberry and artichoke. So I might use all of these or some of these, I'm not sure yet. I'll put these away for now. Right, I've managed to pick out a few colours. They are definitely not exact matches, but I am not going to cry about that. It doesn't matter at all. So these are the colours. I've chosen a couple of greens, not the same as that, but green's green. I've the Kitsch Flamingo, Age Mahogany, Villainous Potion for the darker purple, and Seedless Preserves for the lighter. I am not sure yet if I'm going to use all of these, but I'm going to stamp the stamp first, and then I'm going to start using the stencils to colour them in. So I cut this, I think it's 5.5 by 5.5, because if I wanted to make a 6 by 6 card with this, I would cut a backing piece, maybe perhaps black, at 5 3/4, which will fit onto a 6 by 6 card. It's up to you. You can do whatever size that you like. Right, now for the stencils. And it tells you how to use them here. It gives you some ideas of the colours. I think it's probably if you want to use the Altenew colours, the inks. But just use any inks you have in any colours that you like. So the beauty about these is that they're all numbered. So that's number 4, 3. I think that's number 2. Has it got number 2 on? Yeah, 2 and 1. So we need this one first. Just try and line them up as best you can, and if you want a little bit more security, just tape it down. Right, so we need the greens. You can use as many different greens as you want. You don't have to stick to the same 1 or 2 colours. Do not worry about perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. These stencils help a lot and they're very forgiving. I mean, you don't have to use ink or stencils. You can colour them in using any medium that you like. I'm just showing you how to use the stencils, but I've certainly coloured things like this in before just using alcohol markers. You can use colouring pencils, paint, anything you like, watercolours. Just leave that there for now while I do this. Right, so which one's this? This is number 2. So this is for the flowers. I use one blending brush for one colour family, and I always start off with the lightest in that family first. So I've gone from light purple to the dark purple. See what I mean about when you use the colour cubes, you do not have to worry about choosing the colours exactly. Near enough is good enough. Oh, absolutely beautiful. It really takes the pressure off when you use stencils. It's just, everything's just so perfect. Ah, yes, wonderful. Me likey. Now this is to enhance the black lines, the black stamped lines, which I think is a really, really good idea. But you do have to get it accurate as you can, because my first one wasn't quite accurate and you could really tell. Okay, I'm going to hope for the best and hope that's it. Oh well, we'll soon find out. So what I'm going to do is just get a dark ink. I think the first time I did this I used my VersaFine ink, which turned out really nicely. But I'm just going to use my Distress Oxide Black Soot. And if, like I say, if you didn't want to stamp your image, you could just put all 4 stencils on and you'll end up with something very similar anyway, because this puts the lines where your stamp will be anyway, if that makes sense. wow, yeah. That looks better. That just enhances the stamped lines again. Very nice. So there we go. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I mean, if you wanted to, you could obviously put it on a low heat on your heat gun to dry it. But how nice does that look? I mean, you could trim that down and use it on any card size as it is, you know, it's really nice. So what I did the first time, which is what I wish I'd done here, the first time I cut out a 6x6 and put it on so it had the same sort of border around the middle, because you can see that's just got a bit of a white border there, none at that side. But that's perfectly fine if you're going to be cutting this down, and I actually am going to be cutting this down, so I'll show you that now. This time I'm going to be using the dies. As I said before, this set comes with a die, and this is one massive one, and what it does, it cuts out all of the little bits at once, so you can use them for ephemera on your cards. So the only thing about this is you have to be careful taking it off, because there are loads of little round bits like that. Oh, and I haven't even cut it straight. Oh, I thought I'd put it on straight. Never mind, this is just to show you what you can do with this set. That is not even remotely straight. Look at all of those. It looks straight from where I was sitting. Of course, it wouldn't be me if something didn't go wrong, but never mind. So you can see all of these little bits that you can cut out. You can use on the card straight away. You can put them away to use later. So what I'm going to do is put this away and show you what I did with mine. Right, so what I did, took a card. This is, I think it's 4.5 by 4.5. I got something round and put it fairly central. I drew a circle inside. Pretend that's straight. And then what I did is I took all the little bits of ephemera and fit them round. These, because some of these are sort of bent a little bit, or they face one way a little bit, some of them do lend themselves to making like a little wreath, which is what I did with this card. So these big ones especially, they curve nicely, so I could put them opposite each other and go in sort of opposite directions. And it's the first time I've made a card like this. So what I did was just cut a green matte layer and just put that on top with one of the sentiments from the set, and I just think that's absolutely gorgeous. It's really, really nice. And I did promise to show you something that I did with the embossing folder as well. So the embossing folder, I don't normally make cards this big. This is just under 6x6 because I wanted to make sure I used all of that absolutely gorgeous embossing folder, the pattern. So what I did is I just bunged a load of colour onto a piece of card. I wished I'd used different colours, maybe it's just one or two instead of every colour of the rainbow just about. And then this sentiment is from Altenew's Timeless Sentiments die set, the Hello. You get the sentiment and you get the shadow die for the back, and I did find some black gems that I used for the flowers, and I just think it looks really, really nice. I can already imagine lots of things that you can do with this set. It's so versatile. So I don't know if that was helpful to you or not. I will leave links to all of the products that I've used in this video. If you have any more ideas as to what you could do with this stamp set, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like to see me do with this, I'm saying stamp set, but it's an entire collection. I've never seen a collection like this before. So if there's anything else you'd like to see, if you'd like me to try something else using this set, then please let me know. In the meantime, as always, I really, really appreciate you watching my videos. It means the absolute world to me. You're amazing. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.